हॅलो.
हा. हॅलो, बोल रेणुका.
हा, म्हटलं माझा
हॅलो.
आवाज येतोय ना व्यवस्थित?
हो, येतोय येतोय.
हो हो हो.
ओके. आणि
आणि जेव्हा आपण बोलू तेव्हा आपले चेहरे दिसायला हवेत हा.
हा,
हो.
ठीक आहे. दिसतोय?
हा बस मस्त. हा.
शुभेच्छा द्या. आणि काही सपोर्ट.
सगळ्यांना शुभेच्छा आहेत.
हो, ठीक आहे. चालेल चालेल. होतायत ना आता जॉईन सगळे? हम्म. हम्म.
Am I audible to all of you?
येस सर.
Okay,
येस सर.
okay, okay, okay.
नमस्कार रविकांत सर.
Yeah, namaskar, namaskar.
नमस्ते सर, हाऊ आर यू?
Namaste, namaste. I'm fine, Renuka. How are you?
येस येस, आय एम.
Best of luck for your international conference.
या थँक्यू सो मच सर, थँक्यू.
थँक्यू.
Suchitra, madam, congratulations and best luck.
थँक्यू सर, थँक्यू.
Yes.
ती प्रियंका आहे का इकडे?
काय विचारलंस?
प्रियांका प्रियांका आली आहे का म्हटलं, बघतेय मी. ती
ओके.
सरस्वती वंदनाची विद्यार्थी.
हा, ये. ठीक आहे बघ.
प्रियांका,
हो मॅम.
आर यू देअर?
येस येस येस, आय एम देअर.
ओके ओके, फाईन. ठीक आहे. रेडी राहा हा.
हो हो.
Ajay sir is in waiting room. Kindly let him in.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Alexandra ma'am. Alexandra.
क्या हम अभी 11 बजे है तो अ, हम शुरू
बस
कर
एक दो
सकते हैं।
मिनट।
ठीक है।
बिल्कुल मैम, हमारा समय हो चुका है और जो जुड़ेंगे यूट्यूब लाइव और यहाँ पे वो जुड़ते जाएंगे। क्या हमारे आज के कीनोट स्पीकर जुड़ चुके हैं?
हाँ, कीनोट स्पीकर जुड़ चुके हैं।
हमारे ठीक है, अगर हमारे मेहमान जुड़ चुके हैं तो हम प्रारंभ कर सकते हैं मैम।
मेहमान तो जुड़ चुके नहीं है अभी तक। एक मिनट, जरा देखती हूँ मैं। अ,
बीसी सर भी जुड़ चुके हैं।
आ
बीसी सर आ चुके हैं।
आ चुके हैं।
हम्म।
मंजूषा मैडम आ गए हैं आपकी तरफ।
Alexandra, Alexandra, are you there? Are you here? ठीक है मैम, हमारी वो मेहमान जुड़ जाएंगी बाद में, हम प्रारंभ कर सकते हैं।
ओके।
एक मिनट में मंजूषा मैम को ने भी मुझे बताया है कि फोन करो। और मैं वीसी सर को भी फोन करती हूँ।
बीसी सर तो आ चुके हैं, मैंने एंट्री दिया अभी अभी। हे रहे
वीसी सर।
बीसी सर को हमने एंट्री दिया है मैम।
आहेत मॅडम, सर आहेत।
ओके ओके ओके, मैं सिर्फ मंजूषा मैम को जस्ट एक इतला
नमस्कार
करके दे
सर।
देती हूँ। नमस्कार सर।
हा मी आहे, जॉईन झालेलो आहे. तुम्ही
हाँ नमस्कार
जेव्हा स्टार्ट करायचं तेव्हा
सुप्रभात सर।
प्रमाणे
सुरूच करतोय आता।
सुप्रभातम सुप्रभातम।
हा,
एकच सेकंद।
सुरू करून द्या.
हा रेणुका, तोपर्यंत सुरू कर।
ओके ओके. माझा व्हिडिओ दिसतोय का?
ओ
हम्म. नमस्ते everyone. I am Renu Panchal from the Department of Sanskrit, University of Mumbai. I am very delighted to welcome you all to this two-day virtual international conference on the theme of Sanskrit, the backbone of Indian knowledge system. This conference is jointly organized by the Department of Sanskrit, University of Mumbai, and Global Sanskrit Forum, Maharashtra. Once again, I am welcoming all of you to this two-day virtual international conference. As we all know, it is customary to invoke Goddess Saraswati, Goddess of Knowledge, at the beginning of every auspicious occasion and situation. We invite Ms. Priyanka Joshi. She is our first year MA student to present Saraswati. Priyanka,
Yes.
Priyanka, are you there?
Am I audible?
यस प्रियंका, बिगिन।
Namo Namaha. या
नॉट ऑडिबल लाउडली।
Hello. Am I audible
Yeah.
now?
या राइट।
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावर दण्डमण्डितकारा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत अच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेष जाड्यापहा धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद. Very much, Priyanka. Very peaceful and beautiful of Saraswati Shloka. I hope I am audible
Yes.
because it's yeah, okay. Now, I would like to invite the woman, Dr. Suchitra Tajane ma'am, for giving address and explaining the theme of this conference. Over to you, Suchitra ma'am.
Thank you, Renuka. Namo Namaha, Suprabhat. Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, our distinguished speakers, esteemed delegates from India and abroad, respected colleagues, dear students, Sanskrit lovers, and honored guests. It is both of my privilege and joy on behalf of the Department of Sanskrit, University of Mumbai, and Global Sanskrit Forum to extend a most cordial welcome to all of you to this international seminar on Sanskrit, the backbone of Indian knowledge system, being organized on the auspicious occasion of Sanskrit Day. At the outset, let me recall a profound truth from the Vedas. Vidya Amrutam Ashnute. Through knowledge one attains immortality. The immortalizing power of knowledge is what Sanskrit has gifted to humanity through its unparalleled intellectual, cultural, and spiritual contributions. We are deeply honored today by the presence of our Honorable Vice Chancellor presiding over this session, whose vision for academic excellence inspires us all. Welcome, sir. We also express our gratitude to our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, whose encouragement strengthens our initiatives. Welcome you, sir. Adhyaksha, Global Sanskrit Forum, Maharashtra Pranta, Dr. Manjusha Kulkarni, great poet and speaker, have joined the meeting. I welcome her. She will also grace the meeting with her valuable thoughts. Welcome, Manjusha ma'am. Guest of honor, Alexandra Lokhman, Ukrainian Indology Association, Ukraine. She had joined the meeting. I welcome her and thanks her presence. She will also enlighten us with her thoughts. Welcome, Alexandra, madam. I extend a very special welcome to our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Ravikant Sangurde, whose erudition and insights will enlighten in this gathering and set the tone for our deliberations. To all our international delegates, we are especially delighted to host you and look forward to a meaningful exchange of ideas across cultures and traditions. Welcome to you. Now, I will just introduce the theme of this seminar, Sanskrit, the backbone of Indian knowledge system, is of deep global relevance. Sanskrit is not merely the language of the past, it is the language of continuity, connecting ancient wisdom with modern inquiry. Through Sanskrit, we inherit the metaphysical depth of the Upanishads, the logical precisions of Nyaya and Mimamsa, the scientific insights of Aryabhatta and Varahamihir, the healing traditions of Ayurveda, and the universal message of harmony from the Bhagavad Gita. As it is beautifully said, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family. This global vision, born in Sanskrit, is what we seek to celebrate and revive through this international conference. The detailed information of regarding seminar and schedule will be as on the first day, our student, teachers, researchers, community will share their perspective, demonstrating how Sanskrit remains vibrant and relevant for the youth in a dialogue age. On the second day, our invited guest speakers virtual conference will provide a platform for scholars and educators to deliberate on pedagogy, research, and innovations in Sanskrit studies and ancient Indian knowledge system. In these 2 days, we'll bring together reflections, cultural expressions, and a synthesis of our deliberations, highlighting the continuing global relevance of Sanskrit. Dear friends, Sanskrit has always been more than a language. It is a living knowledge system and a shared human heritage. Let us remember the timeless words. Uttishtata jagrata prapya varani bodhat. Arise, awake, and realize the highest truth. May this virtual international conference be a step towards awakening the world to the richness of Sanskrit and ensuring its place in the global knowledge community. Once again, I warmly welcome you all and wish this international conference great success. Dhanyawad. Thank you. Over to you, Renuka.
Dhanyawad, Suchitra madam, for discussing the theme of this conference. Thank you so much. Now, again, I would like to invite Dr. Rajesh Mishra, sir, to welcome the gathering on the behalf of Global Sanskrit Forum. Rajesh, sir, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Renuka ma'am.
Dhanyawad.
वागर्थाव्युषं पृक्तौ वागर्थ प्रतिपत्ते जगतः पितरौ वंदे पार्वती परमेश्वर। बहुत कम समय में डिसीजन लिया गया इस आयोजन के लिए और मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी संस्कृत विभाग की आदरणीय मैम त्रय मैं कहूँ उनकी सक्रियता से और ग्लोबल संस्कृत फोरम की टीम की सक्रियता से आज यह इतने कम समय में इतने सुखद अनुभूति के साथ और इतने सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स मोर देन 100 पार्टिसिपेंट्स रजिस्ट्रेशन पार्टिसिपेंट्स के साथ आज इस इनॉग्रल उद्घाटन सत्र में मैं सर्वप्रथम मुंबई विश्वविद्यालय के कुलपति महोदय का धन्यवाद करता हूं कि उन्होंने यह अनुमति दिया कि ग्लोबल संस्कृत फोरम के साथ जुड़कर संयुक्त तत्वावधान में यह आयोजन आयोजित हो। इसके लिए आदरणीय महोदय मैं आपका करबद्ध होकर मंच परिवार की ओर से राष्ट्रीय अंतर्राष्ट्रीय टीम की ओर से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रेषित करता हूं और अपना अमूल्य समय देने के लिए आज के इस उद्घाटन सत्र में हार्दिक स्वागत अभिनंदन करता हूं। आज हमारे बीच में विश्वविद्यालय के उप कुलपति महोदय का भी सानिध्य प्राप्त हो रहा है, उनका भी मैं बहुत बहुत हार्दिक स्वागत और अभिनंदन करता हूं। साथ में फोरम परिवार अपने ग्लोबल संस्कृत फोरम जो कि कई तरीके से कार्य कर रहा है और इसकी कार्यकारिणी भी बहुआयामी है। इसकी कार्यकारिणी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर की है। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष हमारी यूएसए से प्रोफेसर सेन पाठक हैं, उपाध्यक्ष भी इंटरनेशनल उपाध्यक्ष प्रोफेसर कपिल मेहता हैं। दोनों लोग साइंटिस्ट हैं। इनका संस्कृत बैकग्राउंड बिल्कुल नहीं रहा है, लेकिन संस्कृत से इतना प्रेम होने के कारण जैसे अलेक्सांद्रा लोकमन भी जुड़ी हुई हैं। मैं हिंदी में इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ कि अच्छे हिंदी बोलती हैं मूलतः यूक्रेन की, अच्छी हिंदी बोलती हैं, अच्छी हिंदी समझती भी हैं। मेरी इनसे व्हाट्सएप पे बात हुई तो मैं बहुत प्रभावित रहा और इंडोलॉजी के लेके काम कर रही हैं। इसलिए मैं आज इस अपने स्वागत भाषण को हिंदी में रख रहा हूँ कि वहाँ वो सुदूर बैठे हुए बोलती हैं तो मैं उसी भाषा में बोल रहा हूँ और समझ भी रही हैं मेरी बातों को। और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय राष्ट्रीय कार्यकारिणी सभी की ओर से मैं अपने महाराष्ट्र प्रांत की अध्यक्षा प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर मंजूषा कुलकर्णी मैम का भी आज अपना अमूल्य समय देने के लिए इस उद्घाटन सत्र में हार्दिक स्वागत एवं अभिनंदन करता हूं। साथ में अलेक्सांद्रा लोकमान who is from Ukraine and supporting GSF in Ukraine in every way. I am with folded hand, Alexandra, welcoming you in this auspicious inaugural session. Thank you. साथ में संस्कृत विभाग की मैम त्रय, अन्य जो हमारे विश्वविद्यालय के आचार्य जन, सहाचार्य, सहायक आचार्य, जितने भी हमारे इस आयोजन में जुड़े हुए उद्घाटन सत्र में गुरुजन हैं, उनका भी मैं बहुत हार्दिक स्वागत एवं अभिनंदन करता हूं। आज के मेन हमारे जो इस इनॉग्रल सेशन के मुख्य आधार बिंदु मैं कहूं वो की नोट स्पीकर ही होते हैं किसी भी इनॉग्रल सेशन का। उनके वक्तव्य को सुनने के लिए आज सैकड़ों यूट्यूब लाइव और यहाँ जूम पर जुड़े हुए शोधार्थी शिक्षक हैं। ऐसे मैं आज के की नोट स्पीकर डॉक्टर रविकांत संगरदे सर का भी मंच दोनों परिवार की ओर से, मुंबई विश्वविद्यालय परिवार की ओर से, ग्लोबल संस्कृत फोरम परिवार की ओर से बहुत बहुत हार्दिक स्वागत अभिनंदन करता हूं। साथ में मैं देख रहा हूं ग्लोबल संस्कृत फोरम परिवार के देश विदेश से बहुत सारे पदाधिकारी, बहुत सारे हमारे साथ कार्य करने वाले कार्यकर्ता, युवा छात्र, शोधक छात्र बहुत मात्रा में जुड़े हुए हैं। उन सब का भी मैं बहुत बहुत हार्दिक स्वागत अभिनंदन करता हूं। और यह आयोजन जिस उद्देश्य से प्रारंभ हुआ है उस उद्देश्य को लेकर सफल रहे ऐसी कामना करता हूं, ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करता हूं। पुनः करबद्ध होकर एक सुर में सभी का प्रत्यक्ष अप्रत्यक्ष सहयोग देने वाले, उपस्थित रहने वाले और आज और कल जो हमें ज्वाइन करने वाले हैं विशिष्ट अतिथि के रूप में, पेपर शोध पत्र प्रस्तोता के रूप में और पार्टिसिपेशन के रूप में, उन सब का बहुत बहुत हार्दिक स्वागत अभिनंदन। धन्यवाद आदरणीय रेणुका मैम।
धन्यवाद राजेश sir for your best wishes and blessings. Now I would like to invite Dr. Madhavi Narsale ma'am. Dr. Madhavi Narsale is the professor at the Department of Sanskrit, University of Mumbai. I am requesting Dr. Madhavi ma'am to give us an introduction about the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Mumbai University, Dr. Professor Ravindra Sir Kulkarni. Over to you, Madhavi ma'am.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. A very good morning. Namo Namaha and very good morning to all of you. And it is my proud privilege to introduce our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dr. Ravindra Kulkarni, who holds a rich experience of almost 32 years of teaching and research. He is currently the Vice Chancellor of the University of Mumbai. And before joining the university as the Vice Chancellor, he was a Pro-Vice Chancellor of the university who galvanized the university through the entire NAC process, where we emerged with flying colors, and it is extremely creditable for him to do this under his leadership. He has mobilized a lot of research work and almost the funding of more than 25 crores he has got, and now at present I would say that he is taking universities to newer and newer heights. He is establishing different center for excellences in various subjects like science, like humanities, like languages, and also encouraging the teaching staff to take newer and newer responsibilities to raise the height of the university. And also so he's an eminent educationist. The NEP design of the curriculum was done under his leadership. So the committee which is there in Maharashtra is known as the R.D. Kulkarni committee. So he has a massive contribution in the field of education. He has been nominated on number of committees to design different programs, and also he is into the implementation of NEP for the Western zone, and he has got number of awards and accolades. Of course, awards and accolades follow such a eminent personality, and he has got recognitions such as Professor J.G. Kane Memorial Award, the LIT Jewel Award, UA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award, Fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Sciences, and so on and so forth. He has been a backbone of our Sanskrit department. He encourages different undertakings which we do with full support. Besides, he has been instrumental in establishing the Center for Hindu Studies, which is actually the first center for Hindu studies in India. So he's doing a massive national and international work promoting nationalism and sense of cultural identity among teachers and students. So on behalf of the Department of Sanskrit and Global Sanskrit Forum, I'm extremely glad that he has joined this inaugural function in spite of his busy schedule, and I request him to guide us for the future. Over to you, Honorable Sir.
Thank you, madam. Okay, I will just keep my video off so that the quality would be better. Head of the department, Dr. Tajane madam, the convener of the program, Professor Madhavi madam, co-convener Gauda, the keynote speaker, Dr. Ravikant, then the Global Sanskrit Forum and all other dignitaries who have joined the function, and as well as all the delegates who are attending this two-day virtual international conference on Sanskrit, the backbone of Indian knowledge system. Let me first congratulate my entire Sanskrit department team for taking up such a novel initiative of organizing two-day virtual conference on use of Sanskrit, on utilization and exploration of Sanskrit as a language for Indian knowledge system. What we understand from national education policy, if you refer to the chapters, while talking about Indian knowledge system, the national education policy has given a very strong stress on Sanskrit as one of the backbone for exploring Indian knowledge system. So we do understand that we have an heritage of knowledge that has been embedded in Sanskrit language, and this heritage is required to be interpreted, is required to be scientifically explained, and is required to be documented properly. And wherever required, okay, so for example, if you come across the Rasa Shastra as a base for chemistry given in different centuries, which are documented in Sanskrit, if you would like to utilize those shloka as a base for metallurgical science and engineering, okay, then we are required to understand all the shlokas which are being written in those Rasa Shastra and utilize the understanding of those shlokas in carrying out the experimentation in metallurgical engineering or metallurgical sciences. So that's naturally where science and probably the Sanskrit has to go hand in hand, so that Sanskrit as a base and science as a base for conducting experimentation should work together, so that the knowledge that has been explored through a matter of experimentation, through a matter of experience, through a matter of a knowledge which has been generated over the centuries. Okay, if you wish all that knowledge to become a part of a scientific documentation, okay, then we need a right combination of Sanskrit and science to go hand in hand, and that is what probably the Sanskrit as a backbone of Indian knowledge system we mean. Now, in fact, whenever we are preparing a proposal for Indian knowledge system as a center of research for funding to various funding agencies like Ministry of Education, for example, which has established separate IKS center. The Ministry of Education has a separate IKS center which recognizes Indian knowledge system centers across India and provides a funding support. One of the key requirements while submitting the proposal for IKS to the Ministry of Education, one of the key requirements is that they say that whenever we are like utilizing the heritage that is being available, like in Sanskrit, Pali, Prakrit, in all these heritage languages, then the one who is submitting the proposal must have strength, must have capability of domain knowledge in Sanskrit, domain knowledge in other languages like Pali and Prakrit. So it's a mandatory requirement. So it doesn't. So that clearly implies that the IKS mission doesn't want like the research investigators to depend on the English translation of heritage knowledge embedded in Sanskrit, Pali, and Prakrit itself. So the IKS mission expects the investigators to have a original knowledge, understanding of Sanskrit, should have a capability of undertaking interpretation of all those slokas in a right manner. Okay, that's what is essential. Then only the IKS proposal is accepted. So that clearly implies the essence of understanding Sanskrit, the essence of utilizing the knowledge of Sanskrit, the essence of having strength of interpretation of all those Sanskrit shlokas, which are connected to astronomy, which are connected to um, uh, chemical sciences, which is connected to economics, public policy, civics, and politics, or looking at civil engineering, looking at shipbuilding, looking at the architectural system. Okay, so all those like the knowledge connected to different disciplines of science, humanities, and engineering. Okay, whatever that knowledge that is documented in all these languages must be properly understood. And in that way, Sanskrit as a backbone of Indian knowledge system is a right method, right process for undertaking lot of research in Indian knowledge system. In that way, I extend my sincere appreciation to all the entire organizing team that they are combining Sanskrit and Indian knowledge system together, okay, which can take forward the scientific exploration of Indian knowledge system in a forward direction. So my expectation naturally from all those delegates, all those keynote speakers, the different esteemed distinguished speakers who would be presenting their speech over next 2 days. Okay, my sincere expectation is that like a right connect with the Sanskrit and the related disciplines need to be presented. Okay, so if I'm looking at let us say like the knowledge of shipbuilding, okay, which was there, say for example the IK center at Somaya, okay, which has been approved by Government of India, okay, what they are doing right now. They are interacting with the community in Gujarat who are located on coastal areas and trying to understand the hidden knowledge which they are carrying from forefathers with reference to shipbuilding, with reference to ship navigation. Okay, and say that IK Center of Somaya College is really working well and trying to take up that ship navigation as one of the key research areas through a original documentation, through a understanding of the knowledge which has been preserved over generations by those communities. In a similar way, Government of India has taken up two important missions in connect with the IKS and our heritage languages as well. So probably you must have seen like few days back, Honorable Prime Minister has spoken on digitization of various manuscripts, okay, which has become a national mission. Oh, so far, more than crores of the manuscripts have been digitized, and now probably they are applying the knowledge of Sanskrit language, and plus a method of interpretation based on artificial intelligence and machine learning, which gives you a right understanding of the knowledge in those manuscripts. It gives you a very good basis for undertaking interpretation in a right context, so that whatever the knowledge treasure which is there in the document could be brought forward and can be utilized for establishment of Indian knowledge system. In addition, okay, so I appeal to all of you that University of Mumbai has already an established atomic mass spectroscopy, abbreviated as an accelerator, okay, which has a carbon dating capability. Okay, in the accelerator, the atomic mass spectroscopy has a which is based on C13 isotope, has a capability of determining the age of archaeological specimen in terms of 1,000 years. It has a capability of going down up to 50,000 years in terms of carbon dating, with an accuracy of plus or minus 100 years. So we have a very strong instrument available at our campus, which undertakes carbon dating and provides you a right base, right system, which can decide the exact age of that particular document, exact age of that particular specimen. Having understood the right carbon dating and having understood the right age through carbon dating, okay, we would be able to undertake interpretation connected to those era. And say that has really provided very good understanding of various civilizations, various culture, which are prevalent over 5,000 years or more than that. It has become now easy to document. It has become easy to investigate with that carbon dating system. So earlier, that carbon dating system, the only instrument that was based at Delhi, which was being utilized by all archaeologists to undertake exploration. Now it has been made available at University of Mumbai as well. So we are providing a scientific base for undertaking exploration, undertaking investigation of Indian knowledge system. So the basic idea in having this 2-day virtual international conference is to bring scholars Sanskrit scholars having a very strong depth in Indian knowledge system on one common platform, have a deliberations, have a discussion on various disciplines of science, humanities, where the Sanskrit text, the knowledge of Sanskrit, and the capability of interpreting all those Sanskrit shloka being taken forward in establishing a strong foundation, strong background for Indian knowledge system. So my appeal to all esteemed speakers, the experts, to bring the right system, to bring a right way of taking up the research in IKS forward, clubbed with the knowledge of Sanskrit, and give a right way, right means, right process, right pathway for all delegates who are attending this conference of moving forward in undertaking research on IKS using the knowledge of Sanskrit as an heritage language itself. So my understanding that this two-day international conference, which has been organized by Department of Sanskrit in collaboration with Global Sanskrit Forum, Maharashtra State. My understanding that this two-day virtual conference organized by these two will undertake the understanding of Sanskrit as a backbone for Indian knowledge system forward, which will form a very good foundation for undertaking research on Indian knowledge system. So that's from my side. I extend again congratulations to organizer. I extend my best wishes to all delegates who have joined this two-day virtual conference. I extend best wishes for the stronger deliberations for 2 days, which will make the understanding of Indian knowledge system being taken on in a forward direction using Sanskrit as a heritage base and linguistic studies. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir.
Over to organizers.
Thank you, sir, for the encouraging words. We'll surely
you, sir.
look forward to follow your directions.
Madam is a press Global Sanskrit Forum Maharashtra Prant. Over to Madhavi ma'am. Madhavi ma'am, are you there?
रेणुका, तुझा आवाज म्यूट झाला होता मध्यंतरात.
Yes, yes.
आला नाही नेटवर्कमुळे. पुन्हा एकदा सांग.
Just a second.
Okay. ओके. येतोय ना आता आवाज व्यवस्थित?
आता येतोय.
Yeah. So it is my privilege to introduce Dr. Manjusha Kulkarni, who is the chairperson of the Global Sanskrit Forum Maharashtra Pranta. She is a doctorate in Sanskrit and also a class 1 officer directly reporting to the CMO, that is the Chief Minister's office. So she's on a very high position in this field, and she had the honor of being the first ranker in the Maharashtra Rajya Lok Seva Ayog, that is the MPSC, and also the class 1 gazetted class 1 officer, and has been working for almost 23 years in this field. So not just entering into the field of mere administration. She is a person of letters, and so she has been awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award for many of her works. She has translated the of Dr. Prakash Baba Amte called Prakash Vakta into Prakash Margaha in Sanskrit. She has also translated Shamchi Ai as Shamasya Mata, which is a very acclaimed book in Sanskrit. And for almost 30 years, she is into literature, education, language, culture, and many fields. And she has a record in poetry in Marathi literature, and in the field of Sanskrit, Hindi, Marathi, she has almost more than 100 books published. And she has composed in various styles of Marathi, like Abhanga, Ovi, from that till Lavani. And on various subjects, she's also famous as Kanaya, that is the daughter of Saraswati, which is a very befitting name for her. And there are many books which are in the pipeline. One is on Veer Savarkar, and many more. She has also been honored by the governor of Maharashtra, the late Central Ministry of External Affairs, Sushma Ji Swaraj, the late poetess Shanta Shirkeji, and many other. And she has been the first woman director of the state, woman director in the Directorate of State of Languages for the Maharashtra government, also known as Bhakta Dasha Sahasreshu, for her, you can say, an excellent style of speech. We have witnessed that just last year, and the students were awestruck with her command over Sanskrit, Marathi, and many languages. So she's busy in teaching, administration, research, writing, translation, comparing, lecturing, and many other aspects of Indian culture. So we have got a very perfect person as a guest, as a guest of honor in our conference. So not taking much time between you and her, I request her to begin her talk. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
सर्वेभ्यो नमो नमः। विना संस्कृतं नैव संस्कृतिः इति वयं जानीमः एव। संस्कृत as backbone of Indian knowledge system। द्विदिवसीय अंतरराष्ट्रीय चर्चा सत्र का आयोजन जो मुंबई विश्वविद्यालय के संस्कृत विभाग और ग्लोबल संस्कृत फोरम द्वारा किया जा रहा है, उसमें सम्मिलित सभी सज्जनों को, गरिमामयी अधिकारी व्यक्तियों को, माननीय कुलगुरु महोदय, प्रो वीसी महोदय और ग्लोबल संस्कृत फोरम के जागतिक संगठन के अधिकारीगण, उपस्थित सभी प्राध्यापक, छात्र, संस्कृत के संशोधक और रसिकवरों। संस्कृतं भारतस्य ज्ञान शलाकायाः आधारभूतमस्ति इति नैव आश्चर्यम्। Because Sanskrit is the ancient language of India, it's indeed the backbone of our knowledge system. It is the language of our Vedas, Upanishads, and other texts that have shaped our philosophy, science, and culture. Sanskrit has contributed significantly to various fields like mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and linguistics. Its influence can be seen in many Indian languages, and it continues to inspire scholars and researchers around the world. By preserving and promoting Sanskrit, we can gain a deeper understanding of our heritage and culture, and also tap into the vast knowledge and wisdom that it embodies. Let us cherish and celebrate Sanskrit and work towards its preservation and promotion for future generations. Sanskrit, one of the world's oldest languages, has made profound contributions to global knowledge systems. Its impact on philosophy, science, mathematics, and linguistics is really memorable. From the concept of zero in mathematics to the principles of Ayurveda in medicine, Sanskrit texts have shaped human understanding and innovation. The Rig Veda, an ancient Sanskrit text, contains knowledge on astronomy, physics, chemistry, showing the advanced understanding of the ancient Indians. The Indian or Indian languages influence can be seen in many modern languages, and its study continues to inspire scholars worldwide. Sanskrit's significance extends beyond India as it has contributed to the development of various knowledge systems globally. By embracing the preserving Sanskrit, we can gain a deeper understanding. मुझे लगता है कि संस्कृत को बढ़ावा अगर विश्व भर में देना होगा तो हमें ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म जैसे प्लेटफॉर्म बड़े सहायक होंगे संस्कृत भाषा और साहित्य के लिए। ये पाठ्यक्रम हम विश्व भर में चला सकते हैं। मोबाइल ऐप्स के द्वारा संस्कृत सीखने सिखाने का एक प्लेटफॉर्म हम बना चुके हैं। अभी बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से विश्व भर में लोग पढ़ रहे हैं। सोशल मीडिया का प्लेटफॉर्म संस्कृत के लिए बहुत ही कमाल का हो रहा है। विश्वविद्यालयों और सामाजिक संस्थानों से संस्कृत भाषा के क्लब के माध्यम से या संगठनों के माध्यम से हम संस्कृत का प्रसार बहुत अच्छी तरह से कर रहे हैं। संस्कृत भाषा और संस्कृति के आयोजन भी हम कर रहे हैं। संस्कृत सीखने और अभ्यास करने के लिए प्रोत्साहन देना भी हमारा एक पहला उद्देश्य अभी होना चाहिए। पाठशालासु विश्वविद्यालयासु संस्कृतस्य पाठ्यक्रमः यथा अस्माकं कुलगुरुमहोदयेन नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के संदर्भ में कहा कि ये राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा धोरण में जो संस्कृत पे भर दिया गया है उसके कारण हम फिर से अपनी प्राचीन धरोहर को आगे ला सकते हैं। संस्कृत भाषा साहित्य संस्कृति के संदर्भ में हमें अनुसंधान की बहुत जरूरत है और शैक्षणिक कार्यक्रम को विकसित करना होगा जिससे अंतरराष्ट्रीय संस्थानों के साथ सहयोग करके हम संस्कृत भाषा और संस्कृति को बढ़ावा दे सकते हैं। सांस्कृतिक आदान प्रदान का कार्यक्रम जो होता है देश विदेशों में, अंतरराष्ट्रीय इस सांस्कृतिक आदान प्रदान कार्यक्रम के तहत हमें विद्वान अध्यापकों के आदान प्रदान पर विचार करना चाहिए। संस्कृत ग्रंथों का आधुनिक भाषाओं में अनुवाद ये एक बहुत ही बड़ा टास्क है, कार्य है जो संस्कृत को प्रसारित करने के लिए और जो इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम है उसको बढ़ावा देने के लिए बहुत जरूरी माना गया है। जो पांडुलिपियों में जो संस्कृत ग्रंथ है उनका डिजिटलाइजेशन बहुत जगह पर चल रहा है, उसे और भी गति देनी होगी और संस्कृत के लिए ऑनलाइन शब्दकोश शब्दावली जैसे संसाधन उपलब्ध कराने होंगे। संस्कृत ग्रंथों के विश्लेषण और टिप्पणी के लिए डिजिटल टूल्स का उपयोग करना भी जरूरी है और जिस विचार को माननीय कुलगुरु महोदय ने यहाँ पर उपस्थापित किया वो विचार बहुत सही है कि हमें बहुत सारे विषयों के साथ संस्कृत का संबंध जानकर उसके बारे में संशोधन को बढ़ावा देना जरूरी है। मुझे लगता है कि अद्य अस्माकं आरभ्यमाना कॉन्फरेन्सियं द्विदिवसात्मकं चर्चासत्रं सर्वेषां कृते जागतिकविदुषां विद्वज्जनानां कृतेपि एतत् पथप्रदर्शकं भवेत् इति, यतोहि आयोजकानाम् उद्दिष्टं तदा एव सफलं भविष्यति यदा आयोजनस्य संदर्भे यः ध्येयपथः निश्चितः भवति तदुपरि विश्वस्य अनुसर्तारः अनुसरन्ति चेत् मम हार्दाः शुभकामनाः ग्लोबल संस्कृत फोरम पक्षतः अपि संस्कृत अभ्यासकरूपेणापि मुम्बै विश्वविद्यालयस्य कृतेपि अस्मिन् चर्चासत्रे ये सहभागिनः सन्ति छात्राः विद्वज्जनाः तेषां कृतेपि संस्कृतस्य प्रसारः जगति जायमानोऽस्ति विविधक्षेत्रे संस्कृतः उपकुर्वन्नस्ति संस्कृतम् अतः अस्माकं सर्वेषामपि एतत् उत्तरदायित्वं यत् संस्कृतस्य यद्यपि अध्ययनं यैः न कृतं तेपि संस्कृतसन्दर्भे तेषां क्षेत्रेषु यद् ज्ञानं विद्यते तदाधारेण योगदानं प्रदातुं शक्नुयुः। पुनरेकवारं सर्वेषां हार्दाः धन्यवादाः शुभाशयाः च धन्यवादाः।
Thank you, madam. Renuka?
Renuka madam? There is a bit problem with the connectivity. Just wait for a minute and Renuka madam will join. मंजुषा कुलकर्णी मॅडम तुमचं अप्रतिम झालं आणि एक वेगळाच पर्स्पेक्टिव्ह आम्हाला मिळालेला आहे आणि मला वाटतं आपण पुढे एकत्र अजून भरपूर काम करायला पाहिजे.
जरूर जरूर आपण सगळे एकाच ध्येयाकडे चालणारे पथिक आहोत.
अगदी अगदी अगदी
धन्यवाद.
या येस धन्यवाद. रेणुका आर यू देअर?
Yes. Namaste, ma'am. Namaste.
Yeah.
So there was some technical. Okay, I'm back now. So now I would like to invite our guest of honor, Alexandra Lokhman, ma'am, from All Ukrainian Indology Association, Ukraine. She is very scholarly personality in the field of Indology as well as Sanskrit. So I'm requesting her to present her speech and explain about your view about this conference and discuss it. Thank you, ma'am.
थैंक यू. नमो नमः सर्वेभ्यः. सबसे पहले मैं इस सम्मेलन के आयोजकों को धन्यवाद कहना चाहती हूँ कि उन्होंने मुझे अपना विषय प्रस्तुत करने के लिए आमंत्रित किया. It's a great honor for me. Many of you have heard about Ukraine in the regard of the ongoing war. But today I would like to tell you about Ukraine in the regard of the prolonged Sanskrit language and literature tradition, and to show you its great potential and interest towards embracing Indian knowledge systems. Yeah, please allow me to share my screen. Yeah. So,
yes, now you.
Okay, now I can, yeah? Okay. Okay, so Sanskrit is the backbone of the Indian knowledge system in Ukraine. The development of the Indian knowledge system in Ukraine began almost exactly 200 years ago in 1829, when a German professor, Johann Dorn, professor at Leipzig University, relocated to Kharkiv University in eastern Ukraine. Since the year of 1830, he conducted Sanskrit courses. So this was the first time when Sanskrit was taught on the terrain of Ukraine. At that time, Ukraine was a part of the Russian Empire. In total, there were 8 centers in Russian Empire where Sanskrit language and literature was studied, and 5 of them were situated in Ukraine. The first book of Sanskrit grammar in the Russian Empire was made and published by Professor Vikenty Shertzel in Kharkiv, Ukraine in 1873. Many bright European Sanskritologists of that time, like Friedrich Knauber, Dmytro Ovsyanniky-Kulikovsky, Agathon Krimsky, who knew more than 60 languages, conducted courses and scientific research that enriched their understanding of Indian culture here in Ukraine, such as on the history of the fire cult among the Hindus in the Vedic era, or about the similarities between Slavic and Sanskrit languages, etc. Prominent national Ukrainian poets and writers of that time were inspired by the translations of Vedic hymns made in the French and German languages. One of them, our poetess Lesya Ukrainka, in 1890, made her own translations of Rigveda hymns to Agni, to Ushas, and funeral hymns as a part of her book, Ancient History of Eastern Peoples. The beauty and deep philosophy of Rigveda influenced her poetic works, in which the whole universe was depicted as alive and interconnected. By the way, in 2016, one of her famous works, a poetic play, The Forest Song, was translated into Hindi by Yuri Botvinkin, a professor at Kiev Taras Shevchenko National University. Also, a distinguished Ukrainian poet and writer, polyglot, and scientist who was nominated for the Nobel Prize in 1915, Ivan Franko, published a series of his poetic translations of the epic texts from Mahabharata, Markandeya Purana, and Sutta Nipata in 1896. Inspired by the stories of Panchatantra, he wrote a children's book called When the Animals Still Spoke in 1899. But the title of the founder of Ukrainian Indology was awarded only to Pavlo Ritter, an honorary doctor of Kharkiv University, who, in addition to many European languages, was proficient in Sanskrit, Prakrit, and Pali. Pavlo Ritter translated the hymns of the Vedas, fragments of the Upanishads, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Kalidas's elegy Meghaduta, and he translated it not only into Russian and Ukrainian, but also into Italian, as well as Raghuvamsha and Kumara Sambhava by the same author, the works of Bhartrihari, Tagore, Buddhist texts, and he prepared a large anthology of ancient Indian literature translated into Ukrainian. So in the 1920s, Ukrainian Indology seemed to have a strong foundation for further development and a big potential, but everything changed very quickly. In the 1930s, almost all of the main Ukrainian Sanskritologists were repressed by the USSR government for the promotion of bourgeois methods and trends in Oriental studies. Some of them were killed, some were forcefully relocated from Ukraine, and some had to leave Indology. So, till the collapse of the USSR in 1991, Ukrainian Indology and Indian knowledge systems in Ukraine were stopped in its evolution. Gaining independence in 1991 gave a strong impetus to the development of the new centers for the study of Indian languages and sciences. But what was different from the 19th century, from the beginning of the 20th century, was that not only academic studies of Indian heritage reappeared, but also common people got access to Indian traditional sciences such as yoga, Ayurveda, and Jyotish, and that led to the establishment of many private centers and courses where people can study them. Besides that, Indian philosophy, Indian culture, Indian religions started to slowly gain popularity among young Ukrainians. The resumption of Sanskrit teaching took place in 1994 at the Faculty of Humanities of the National University of Kyiv Mohyla Academy. In 1995, Taras Shevchenko National University of Kiev opened a Department of Oriental Studies. In 2007, the Hindi Language and Indian Literature Center was established. The center's activities are carried out in close cooperation with the Embassy of India in Ukraine and the Ukraine-India Society. The center, talented teachers of the center organize musical and theatrical performances with their students where Ukrainian and Indian cultures are blended, and this way they spread Indian culture among Ukrainians. In the year of 2000, the All Ukrainian Association of Indologists was established. Over the years of its existence, it conducted more than 200 indological scientific events like conferences, roundtables, seminars, and one of them was the International Scientific Ukrainian Indian Roundtable, the guest of honor and active participant of which was the former president of the Republic of India, Abdul Kalam. But of course, in the center of all of this was and is Sanskrit. The interest towards this language is so big in Ukraine that when in the year of 2016, former ambassador of India in Ukraine, Manoj Kumar Bharati, opened at the embassy his own Sanskrit classes, more than 200 people came to join them. People were sitting on the floors, writing on their knees, just to learn to study Sanskrit. Last years, despite the ongoing war, many translations of Indian texts into Ukrainian were published, such as Bhagavad Gita, Devi Mahatmyam, Narada and Vaisheshika Sutras, etc. But I want to highlight that not only language is popular in Ukraine, so Sanskrit is the basis of all the development of other Indian sciences here. Indian classical dances like Bharatanatyam is very popular. Ayurveda and Jyotish sciences are very popular. And people come to study Sanskrit after they join these classes, after they join courses to study these sciences. This is a picture of a highly talented group performing classical Bharatanatyam called Nakshatra. Individual artists give classes of Madhubani and other Indian styles painting. People spread Hatha mantra and other types of yoga. Ayurveda is becoming more and more popular nowadays in Ukraine as people are looking for alternative ways of treatment and lifestyle. And among these, an important place takes Jyotish, especially with the beginning of the full-scale war. More and more people started to look for answers about their lives and their souls, so they study Jyotish. Personally, I believe that this is only the beginning of a modern development of the Indian knowledge system in our country, because what Indian culture can give to a human for him to live in harmony with himself and the outer world, no other culture can give. Thank you.
Dhanyavad. Thank you, Alexandra ma'am, for giving us an overview of Ukrainian Indology as well as roots of IKS rooted in Ukrainian background. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Madhavi Narsaye ma'am for introducing our keynote speaker of this conference, Dr. Ravikant Sangurde sir. Madhavi ma'am. Madhavi ma'am, are you there?
Yes, very much.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So, friends, we are at the very important juncture of this inaugural function, and that is the keynote address, because this will set to tune the entire tone of the seminar or conference, whatever you may call it. So we have with us a very eminent speaker and a very eminent scholar, Dr. Ravikant Sangurde, who is an Indian academic and author specializing in commerce, management, and the intersection of modern management principles with spiritual teachings. So he is the right person who can bring in Indian knowledge system and combine them with the contemporary systems which are prevalent in education. He joined as a professor in SK Somaya College in June 200, and later on he was appointed as the in charge associate dean for the faculty of commerce and management. And also he has his PhD from the University of Mumbai with the management principles which are there in the Bhagavad Gita. Apart from that, he's pursuing law, and he holds a position of postgraduate diploma in business administration from Symbiosis Pune, and also is into building certified credentials for ISKCON, ardent devotee of Lord Krishna, and he has done number of courses which are associated with ISKCON, which are there in Bhakti. Therefore, seeing his interest in Indian knowledge systems, Indian culture, Indian spirituality, as well as his acumen in contemporary systems of management, commerce, etc., he has been appointed as the IC director of the Center for Hindu Studies, which he has been holding this position since 2022. He has written number of books which are based on spiritual management, evolving market trends, shaping values. Also, he has a book on Indian knowledge systems too, which we can prescribe for our students who are especially into the area of commerce and management. And I would say that a very good personality. He is into integrating the tribal society into the mainstream society in India, and doing lot of social service. He's also the trustee of Masur Ashram, and lots would I would continue to say, but I deliver the keynote address to so over to you, Sangurde sir.
Namo Nama. I hope I am audible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Namo Nama to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ravikant Kulkarni of University of Mumbai, as well as Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, University of Mumbai, Dr. Rajesh Mishra sir, the Global Sanskrit Forum Maharashtra Prant President, Dr. Manjusha Kulkarni, whom we just heard, all Ukrainian Indology Association, Ukraine, our guest of honor, Alexandra Lokhman, the Secretary, Global Sanskrit Forum, Dr. Rajesh Mishra sir, the HOD of Sanskrit Department, Associate Professor, Dr. Suchitra Tajane Madam, my dear friend, convener, Professor Madhvi Narsari, who is also acting as with me as a director of the Center for Hindu Studies, Deputy Director, as well as Dr. Shakuntala Gowde Madam, who is a co-convener, and Renuka, and all dear participants. Namo Nama. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhira Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chinta Mani Prakara Sadmas Kalparuksha Laksha Urtesha Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Shahasra Sada Samrava Sevyamanam Govinda Madi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. Thank you very much. Sanskrit, as we all know, is a Dev Bhasha and serving as a language in which most of the classical texts were composed and transmitted across millennia. The language is a gateway to understanding IKS, which encompasses a vast array of disciplines, including philosophy, science, mathematics, medicine, arts, etc. भाषास्तु मुखया मुद्रा दिव्या गिर्वाण भारती तस्मादि काव्य मुद्रम तस्मादपि सुभाषितम. Among all languages, the divine language of God, Sanskrit, is the principal. And am I not audible? Am I audible to all of you?
येतोय आवाज
Yes,
सर.
sir, you're audible.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
The
sir.
current
Yes, yes.
एक message होता त्याच्यात ते I am not audible करके. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So among all languages, the divine language of God, Sanskrit is the principal and the sweetest, sweeter than its poetry, kavya, or the wise saying Subhashita it contains. Yura na vibhushanti purusham hara na chandrojvala na snanam na vilepanam na kusumam na lakruta mudharja varnikya samala karoti purusham ya sanskruta dharyate Yante khalu bhushanani satatam vanga bhushanam bhushanam. So, bracelet do not adorn a man, nor necklace gleaming like a moon, nor bathing, nor anointment, nor flower, nor decorated hair. Only an educated and refined speech in form of Sanskrit truly adorn a person. Other ornaments fade away, but the ornament of speech remain forever. So it is profound honor to stand before you to speak on a subject that is not merely academic, but a living, breathing part of India's soul, the symbolic relationship between Sanskrit and Indian knowledge system. If we see, Sanskrit is not just a language, it is a vital repository of Indian knowledge system, a linguistic vehicle that has carried a vast ocean of wisdom through millennia. Today, as we focus on reviving the integrating this ancient knowledge, we must first and foremost recognize that the part 2 IKS is through its original language. As I remember when I heard Madhavan sir from the I am Bangalore, he quote one story that there is a one beggar who is begging outside a temple, and he used to beg every day by sitting on a very beautiful wooden case. One day, one saintly person came, and this beggar asked for alms from this saintly person, said, give some alms. And this saintly person asked, this wooden basket which you are using for, sitting and begging is looking very beautiful. Will you tell me what inside this basket? So this beggar replied that this is our ancestral basket. My father used to sit and beg. My forefather used to sit and beg. So my grandfather used to sit and beg. I'm also begging. So I don't think so anything will be there inside it. So there is no use of opening this basket and seeing what is inside it. So this saintly person said, "But Baba, it is your ancestral basket. You should try and open it, see what is in it, what your forefathers kept for you." He said, "What I am going to get? We all beggar family will get nothing. So it is better, not to open this basket and waste of our time. If you want to give some alms, you give. Otherwise, you go." But this saintly person was insisting. He said, "At least you try and see what is inside it." And there was an argument. And this saintly person says, "If you open this basket, I'll give you 100 rupees." Now this is a turning point. Now this beggar thought, what harm in opening this basket? So let me open this basket. So he got, some stone from outside the temple. He broke open the basket, and when he opened that wooden basket, to his surprise, the basket was full of jewelries, gems, gold coins. So what is the crux of story? It's a very simple. We all are sitting on a wooden basket, and that wooden basket is a treasure. That is the Indian knowledge system. And how to open this Indian knowledge system? So key is a Sanskrit. And therefore, if we understand the Sanskrit language, we can understand this treasure of our forefathers, which is really there. And the time has come. The government of India has given a good opportunity to all of us to open that basket with the key of Sanskrit. And therefore, the Sanskrit must be compulsory language in all schools, all colleges, and everyone must try to learn this language if you want to open that treasure because it is the key to that treasure. So the National Education Policy 2020 recognizes the need to integrate Indian knowledge system into modern curriculum. And this is not an act of nostalgia, it is a strategic imperative. It aims to develop a holistic education that prepares students with global competencies while being rooted in their heritage because we all know Vasudev Kutumbakam. We believe in that we have to worship rivers, mountains, we worship Govardhan, we worship Ganga, Yamuna, we worship animals. Why? Because we believe living with the harmony with the nature, and the time has come that we should know that and how to explore those things through Sanskrit. So this integration should not just be about adding this new subject. It must be about infusing the core values and holistic perspective of Indian knowledge system into existing disciplines. Imagine incorporating the sustainable agriculture practices from ancient texts into modern agronomy courses. How can we use the bio? Nowadays people are believing in all bio kind of organic things. So how can we do organic farming? So this is how can we understand that what our ancestors used to do. Again, the Arthashastra in business management program, Kotila Arthashastra. So there are many shlokas which we understand from Sanskrit text. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. So we believe in the international peace. We want that everyone should be happy in this world because we all are the brothers and sisters. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and there is no need of any war or any kind of terrorist activities. So this is, may all being be happy, may all be free from illness, may all see what is auspicious, and may no one suffer. That is what we believe. Again, there is when we study this Sanskrit text, this this piece from chant from the Vedaranyaka Upanishad is a praying for inner guidance. Asutoma Sadgamayam Tamasoma Jyotirgamayam Mrityurma Amritam Gamayam. So what we preach, lead me from falsehood to truth, lead me from darkness to light, lead me from morality to immorality. And for that, what we need? We need a very qualified and bona fide teachers. What kind of bona fide teachers we need? Tadvidhi pranipatena prani prashnena sevaya upadyakshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. The Lord Krishna says what we need a bona fide masters to Arjuna. You should go and take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master who will impart this knowledge to you. And this knowledge will we get from the bona fide spiritual master only. And what is the qualification of the bona fide spiritual master? Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam, jibha vegam udropasta vegam, etana vegana vishayat dhiraha sarvama pima prithvimasishayat. The one who is able to control these six things, vacha, mansa, krodha, jiva, udar and pasta. So one has to be control these things to become a spiritual master. And that is the qualification of teacher. And the whole world needs this kind of teacher. One has to preach what he practiced. And this is what the that this is what we have to understand. Sanskrit is fundamentally, intertwined with the Indian knowledge system, serving as a primary linguistic vehicle for encoding, transmitting, and preserving a vast body of knowledge for millennia. Its precise structure and rich vocabulary are uniquely situated to philosophical, scientific, and spiritual concepts that define Indian knowledge system. When we talk about repository of authentic knowledge, preserve meaning without flaws. That is what Sanskrit is all about. A direct understanding of Sanskrit is critical for studying Indian knowledge system, unlike translation, which can lead to misrepresentation due to conceptual and linguistic differences. Sanskrit texts transmit knowledge with great precision and minimal loss of original meaning. This is particularly vital for technical and philosophical subjects. When we talk about oral traditions, the flawless transmission, Shruti and Smriti, we all know, of texts like Vedas for thousands of years was made possible by mnemonic technique and an oral tradition carried out in Sanskrit. This preserves not just the word, but the exact phonetic and rhythm, which are considered to carry their own spiritual and scientific power, foundation for later transitions. While some regional knowledge is not recorded in Sanskrit, much of it has root in Sanskrit source text. As the mother of many modern Indian languages, Sanskrit also provides the linguistic and conceptual framework for countless and other traditions. If you look at the language for diverse field of knowledge, Sanskrit is the language of instruction and literature for a wide range of Indian knowledge system discipline. As our Vice Chancellor was telling rightly, that the time has come when all Sanskrit teachers from all over the world, they should collaborate with different departments like Department of Chemistry, Department of Physics, uh, geography, management, so that we can understand how these Sanskrit texts are connected with Rasayan Shastra, Bhautik Shastra, and so many things. So, the foundation for later tradition, while some, regional knowledge is not recorded, but it has its root. So, Sanskrit is the language of instructions. Like philosophy, we can say the foundational text of Indian philosophy, such as Upanishad, the Bhagavad Gita, and the Yoga Sutra are in Sanskrit. And Bhagavad Gita is the it explains very nicely about what is the jiva, what is the Paramatma, what is the karma, what is the kala, and what is the prakriti. Prakriti kriyamanani gune karmani sarvasa ahankaram vimudatma karta hamiti manyate. Many times people thought we are the doer, but if they read this text, they will understand the three gunas, Rajogun, Satogun, and Tamogun, they keep on acting on us. Early in the morning, we got up, we take a bath, and we pray to God. We are in a Rajogun. We join our job, we become passionate. By the evening, we come to the mode of ignorance, that is Tamogun. And this is what we need to understand. Tadviri Pranipatena, from a bona fide spiritual master, that how to act, how to understand. And Bhagavad Gita is a nice guide that will, help you to understand that dehinosmin yata dehe komaram yavanam jara tata dehanta praptira dhirasya tatra na muhyati. Why to bother? Nayanam chiddanti shastrani, nayanam dahati pavakam, na chedam kladanta, but no sushiti maruta. So you are who you are, what you are, and how to understand. Atma Ramasya Munyo, try to understand yourself. Because unless and until, see, this knowledge are very important for human being to understand themselves, to come away from this kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsar. These are the shed repos. But how to understand them? Who will teach us? Where are the values? So these all come from the philosophical text. So this is the Sanskrit. If you look at this, Bhagavad Gita is, I done my PhD in Bhagavad Gita and motivation and management, and definitely this book leads one from the ignorance to Om Ajnana Timirandasya and Jnananjana Shalakaya. So this your eyes will be, we can open our eyes to this profound knowledge. And it is only possible because the language provides the exact terminology needed to explore profound metaphysical concept. And this is only possible with understanding this Dev Bhasha Sanskrit. Even if you talk about science and mathematics, वी नो जीरो दिया मेरे भारत ने देता ना दशमलव भारत को चांद पे जाना मुश्किल था so yes the early works dealing in concept like decimal system the value of zero and advanced astronomy were composed in Sanskrit. The logical and structural nature of Sanskrit grammar has also piqued the interest of computer scientists. We know about the 84 lakh species, from where we come to know Vishnu Puran. So this is how we should understand. This is even when we talk about Charak, we know Shushruti is the first one who is the who done surgery. So the classical texts of Ayurveda, such as Charak Samhita and Shushruta Samhita, are in Sanskrit, and therefore the doctors, the medical practice, the pharmacists, they should read this kind of books. And for that, they should know the Sanskrit. Because these are the treasury. As I told you, the beggar was sitting on the wooden cage without knowing that he is having such a beautiful treasure with him. And therefore, my friends, my all Sanskrit friends, the time has come where that box, wooden box, need to be opened, and the whole world should know this Dev Bhasha so that they can understand this beautiful subject of science and mathematics, medicine. Even when you talk about arts and aesthetic, the principle guiding classical music, dance, poetic, including theoretical concepts like rasa, that is aesthetical emotion, were developed and articulated in Sanskrit texts. Governance and ethics, treatises like Kautilya Arthashastra and Dharma Shastra, they offer insight into ancient Indian political philosophy to our politicians. The politicians throughout the world, they should know how to manage what is the politics, what is the Rajniti. Huh? So this is the statecraft and social ethics, all written in a Sanskrit. And we should invoke the parliament with Sanskrit languages, with Sanskrit shlokas. So this is what the way we should understand. Actually, Sanskrit is a gateway to holistic understanding. This connecting with holistic worldview. Indian knowledge system, it offers an interconnected, holistic approach to knowledge that bridge the spiritual and material. Both the things, as we understand, the 24 elements, five karmendriyas, five gyanendriyas, then there is a buddhi, ahankar, and mind, and how this soul is, trapped into the gate of nine cities. And these all are explained very nicely in Sanskrit text. But how the whole world will understand unless and until they understand the basic language in which the texts are written. And therefore, studying Sanskrit is a primary way to access this complete perspective rather than merely viewing each discipline in isolation. Empowering future generation. Educational policies, including India's National Education Policy 2020, emphasize the integration of Indian knowledge system into modern curriculum. A key component of this initiative is promotion of Sanskrit, ensuring that future generation can engage directly with their rich intellectual heritage and knowledge contained within it. However, my dear friends, this journey is not without its challenge. The perception that Sanskrit is a dead language must be overcome. Hardly I can say 1% of the population are interested. So we must prove its practical relevance through innovation, innovative teaching methods, digital platforms, and interdisciplinary research. Initiatives already exist, such as IIT research project that focus on Sanskrit-based artificial intelligence and machine translation. It shows how ancient knowledge can drive future technology. Germany has a deep and historical relationship with Sanskrit. Just now we heard about how Ukraine is connected with the Sanskrit. Similarly, Sanskrit is also having a deep and historical relationship with Sanskrit, which played a pivotal role in the development of Western linguistic and Indology. The study of Sanskrit remains prominent in modern Germany, with numerous universities continuing this tradition. If you look at the historical foundation of Sanskrit in Germany, the German interest in Sanskrit dates back to the 17th century with the work of Jesuit missionary Heinrich Ruth, the first German known to have mastered the language. This interest grew significantly during the Romantic era of late 18th and 19th century, evolving into academic field of Indology. If we look at the linguistic link of Germany and Sanskrit, German scholars were fascinated by the grammatical and vocabulary similarity between Sanskrit and European languages. The groundbreaking work of linguistics like Franz Bopp and Jacob Grimm in 19th century established that German and Sanskrit share a common ancestors, Proto-Indo-European. This discovery was fundamental to the field of comparative linguistics. Pioneering Indologists. German scholars were the foremost of Sanskrit studies. August Wilhelm von Schlegel became the first professor of Sanskrit at the German University, that is the University of Bonn in 1819, effectively founding Indology in Germany. Other Nobel figures include his brother Friedrich von Schlegel, Wilhelm von Humboldt, and even we heard about the Max Muller who translated the Rig Veda and edited monumental sacred book of the East. Now time has come that Indian should translate all these texts in different languages as you're expert in. If you're expert in English, Hindi, Marathi, whatever language, now the time has come. We should translate it because we, the Indian, we know better about this Dev Bhasha. If you look at the modern scholarship and relevance, Germany's tradition of Sanskrit scholarship continue to thrive with its university is now considered global hub for Indology studies. So, friends, it's a great challenge for Indian that we should try to like what how Germans are doing. We should be the in the forefront torchbearer of doing this, bridging this gap between the Sanskrit. So we can say, so what is our path forward? So what we need to do? Uh, Number one, we should invest in Sanskrit. We must nurture and promote the study of Sanskrit as a vibrant, living language, not just in academia, but also through community engagement and online learning. The time has come that we all should engage in like Sanskrit Bharati is there, and many people are they are involved in teaching this language to common people. And time has come that common people should read Sanskrit so they can understand what Indian knowledge system is all about. We should facilitate research. We must fund and encourage research. We should request government of India to bridge that gap between tradition, wisdom, and modern science by digitalizing our textual heritage and applying computational analysis. We can unlock new insight. We can collaborate for context. We must foster collaboration between traditional scholars and contemporary academicians to ensure that Indian knowledge system is interpreted accurately and applied through thoughtfully in modern context. There is a need to embrace the holistic vision. We must encourage an educational ecosystem that value not only scientific and technical knowledge, but also ethical conscious, spiritual well-being, and a sense of collective responsibility, all of which are central to Indian knowledge system. As we know, people are suffering with pollutions. There is a problem of terrorism, there is a problem of war, and so many things. Why? Because people are bereft of the true knowledge, and that knowledge that we should get from the Sanskrit text, that is from our Vedas, Upanishads, 18 Puranas, and there are there are so many texts are available. So the importance of Sanskrit in shlokas is profound, extending far beyond the literal meaning of the words. The structure, phonetic, and grammar of Sanskrit combine to make the words potent, ensuring the accurate transmission of knowledge, creating spiritual vibration effect, and enhancing the poetic and spiritual experience. If we look at the Sutraic style, Sanskrit is known for its precision and concise grammar, which enable a vast amount of meaning to be conveyed in a few syllables. The shloka, a metrical couplet form, use this precision to pack profound philosophical and technological knowledge into small, memorable words. Even this metrical structure and rhythmic nature of shlokas make them easy to memorize. In ancient India, before the widespread use of writing, this was a crucial for oral transmission of complex religious and scientific texts across generations. Scientific studies have shown that memorizing Sanskrit words can increase cognitive functions and enlarge brain region associated with memory. Now, learning the original Sanskrit provide direct access to source material, ensuring the wisdom is received without the inaccuracies or loss of nuance that can occur in translation. So, reciting slokas is believed to activate these forms, influencing both the internal state of the chanter and the external environment. As we know, when Arjuna says, Karpanya dosho pahasta svabhava Prishami tvam dharma samudda cheta Yashreyashane shitamrihitanme Shisheshate ham sandhimam tvam prapannam Matha sparshasthu konteya shitoshna sukha dukkada Agma paino nitya stam titikshava bharata. So, understanding, when chanted with proper intonation and rhythm, the syllable of Sanskrit shlokas are said to create specific harmonious vibrations. These vibrations are believed to resonate with the body, promote relaxation, and have a therapeutic and calming effect on the mind. So energy and consciousness. Chanting is thought to activate the body's energy center or chakras, leading to the heightened state of awareness. The sound vibration produced during recitation can tune one's consciousness to a spiritual frequency, providing inner guidance and deepening one's spiritual connection. As I said, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamadi Prakhara Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vruteshu Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Shahasra Sata Sambrava Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So this sacred medium, Sanskrit is regarded as a sacred and divine language, Dev Bhasha, using in its rituals and prayers, is believed to facilitate direct connection to the divine. The phonetic and rhythmic accuracy of Sanskrit chants are considered essential for creating positive, life-giving energy during ceremonies and rituals. Even if the literal meaning is not fully understood, the sound itself carries a powerful spiritual charge. So continuing to his Sanskrit for shlokas upholds and honors the vast culture and intellectual heritage of India. It keeps the spiritual and yogic values of ancient texts alive, ensuring they are not lost to modernization. So my dear friends, by mastering the sound and grammar of Sanskrit, one can definitely unlock the complete experience of shlokas, which is a powerful blend of intellectual insight, acoustic precision, and spiritual resonance. So at the end of my speech, I would like to say, Bharatam mama gauravam, Sanskritam mama gauravam, Matrubhumi me gauravam, Sanskriti asya gauravam. My glory is India, my glory is Sanskrit, my glory is my motherland, and my culture is glory. So once again, I would like to thank the host for giving me an opportunity to express my thought as a keynote speech, a speaker for this 2 days international conference on Sanskrit. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra. Thank you very much. Up to you now, host.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for a very all-encompassing okay, keynote, and I will be sure that the papers to follow will follow the guidelines which you have mentioned and expressed. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Now, I would like to Dr. Shakuntala, madam. Shakuntala Gowde, madam, is an associate professor at the Department of Sanskrit, University of Mumbai. So now I'm requesting her to give formal vote of thanks to this inauguration ceremony of 2-day international conference. So over to you, Shakuntala, madam.
Namo Namaha. It is my indeed great privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the Department of Sanskrit, University of Mumbai, and the Global Sanskrit Forum. At the very outset, I wish to convey our heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ravindra Kulkarni, for gracing the inaugural function of this seminar with his esteemed presence and inspiring address. Sir, you eloquently highlighted the pivotal role of Sanskrit in unlocking the depth and richness of Indian knowledge systems, illustrating your thoughts with lucid examples. We remain deeply thankful to you for your guidance and encouragement. I also extend our heartfelt gratitude to the esteemed guest of honor, Ms. Alexandra Lokhman from the All Ukrainian Indology Association, for her gracious presence, and she has well acquainted us with the rich field of Ukrainian Indology as well as emerging field of the Indian knowledge systems. Our deep sense of appreciation goes to Professor Ravikant Sangurde for delivering an insightful keynote address. Sir, you have taken us through a rich tapestry of Indian knowledge systems. We are very much thankful to you. I sincerely thank Dr. Rajendra Mishra, General Secretary, Global Sanskrit Forum, and Dr. Manjusha Kulkarni, President of Maharashtra Prant, for their august presence and valuable guidance. Finally, I extend warm thanks to all the distinguished participants, scholars, and attendees whose active involvement will make this conference a fruitful and enriching experience. So, thank you all. Over to you, Renuka.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Now, the technical session will start around 1 o'clock. So, Madhvi ma'am, are you there? Madhvi ma'am.
Just a minute, Renuka. Yeah. So the technical session will begin at 1 o'clock, and our chairperson, Dr. Namrata Jagtap, has already joined. And we'll take a short break of 15 minutes and then come back. And the convener of the session is Kanak Donde. And we have got a list of speakers, the participants of this the first session of the seminar, and it is put on the WhatsApp group, so the participants can join accordingly. The time which will be given is, since there are 20 participants and the time is 2 hours, it is almost 5 minutes to each participant. So please read the title of your paper and read the conclusion. Okay, so that will be the format. Fine. So I request Kanak Donde to please take care of the time, and the chairperson will give her remarks at the end of her session.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
madam. Thank you.
So now we will join the one.
We'll have a quick lunch break of 10
Yes.
minutes
ठीक है
and
मैम,
then come back.
1 बजे पुनः जुड़ते हैं मैम, हम इसे
हाँ
डिस्कनेक्ट
हाँ,
करते हैं।
पुनः जोड़ते हैं। हाँ हाँ हाँ, हो सकता है डिस्कनेक्ट करेंगे तो भी ठीक है।
ठीक।
जी, हम 1 बजे जुड़ते हैं।
हाँ हाँ हाँ, जरूर जरूर जरूर।
Namo Namaha. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, thank you for confirming. Uh, I welcome you all on the behalf of the Department of Sanskrit, University of Mumbai, and the Global Sanskrit Forum for the two-day virtual international conference, day one, session one. The theme being Sanskrit, the backbone of Indian knowledge systems. To begin with, I request Dr. Shakuntala Gowde, Associate Professor, Department of Sanskrit, University of Mumbai, to introduce the chairperson of this session, Dr. Namrata Jatta.